And action.
I was running, I called it living in the rat race, and I thought I was winning, but I could not get out of the fast lane. I was bone dry, mud in your eye, cross my heart and hope to die. It's
something that continues that family-friendly, wholesome entertainment that hopefully you can enjoy as a family. And there's some great lessons and great stories and great characters that I think you'll be able to really just come alongside and watch these characters flourish, follow the story, and see where it ends.
I wanna be a Mayberry man. I was big city, Hollywood and Vine, trying so hard to have me a good time. But every party started looking the same. Goodbyes, bloodshot eyes, blinded by the sunrise. And something took me by surprise.
There's some shenanigans that goes on behind the scenes.
How do you do? May I have this dance? Father walking and talking, holding your hand.
I know there's other classic films like The Godfather and Apocalypse Now, but this is Mayberry Man, seriously. Take a look at the mailbag while we're waiting here. Yeah, something from the state controller office. That can't be good. And look, we've got our Medicare prescription numbers, so I can finally get me a little bit of those anti-statins for my high cholesterol.
I'm saying yes, sir, yes, ma'am.
Oh, it's real.
It's going to be an amazing show.
They're going to laugh and chuckle and have a good time.
I'm a Mayberry man.
Small town life, small town characters, the humor in the small things that people do every day, and the love they have for one another. And that is the star. Not a script, not a set, not a bedazzling special effect, but the people. And that's something that I think, we need to get back to, is the importance of people, just the love of people. And this does that.
I just hope that everyone falls in love with this project like I did, and that we can continue to make family-friendly entertainment that's obviously much needed.
I guarantee this, if you love the Andy Griffith Show, you're going to love Mayberry Man.
And welcome, folks. Hey again, Alan. How are you?
Hey, Cort. Doing great. It's great to be here in Mayberry with you.
Absolutely. And so tonight's episode is titled Official Verification. When I initially posted it, it was without the question mark. And then I realized I don't want to overpromise. And, verification of what? So, we've been waiting to verify the release date of Mayberry Man, the series. And so, I wasn't actually expecting any concrete news today, but I did get an email briefly, and we'll touch on when that date might be.
Oh, that's good. Good. Yeah, because
I'm still waiting on the official.
You pulled me right in. It just pulled me in on that.
But it's the most concrete date we've gotten so far from one of the platforms that it's going to be released on. So we'll touch on that a little bit. But we're going to have a guest. We have a special guest who you don't see very often on our live streams. But first, we're going to play a scene from the series, the new series. We always promise a clip of the week. And let's take a look at this clip. This is Chris Stone, and he's got a new project he's working on, and he's meeting the crew from this new film that he's working on called Checkered Flag. You remember this, Alan?
I do. Yeah, this is a good one.
So he's going to be playing a race car driver. So let's check this out, and then we'll bring our guest on.
And this is Jason. He's going to be teaching you how to eat, sleep, walk, talk, and most importantly, drive like a race car driver.
Can't wait. It's great to meet you.
Likewise.
There he is. There he is. Ooh! Now we got a picture. How are you? Really an honor to meet you and work with you. I'm a big admirer of your work.
You know, I got lucky a few times.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, I got to be honest with you. Shingletown, not a big fan.
Oh.
But you were fantastic.
Thanks.
I mean, what are you going to do? It's the material.
It's the writing.
It's the material. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't, but you make the most of it.
Right, right.
But I got a vision for this film that I think you're going to love, and your character.
Great.
Yeah, I want this to be the vegan gringo racing movies. And what do you say we make a movie?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay.
And here he is, and the man himself, Peter Denham, Hollywood director.
I'm so excited to have him here. Peter, it's so great to have you.
Glad I could be on, I think.
Well, we know you're busy. We appreciate you taking the time. What was it like working with Chris Stone?
You know, I read a script just the other day. It's a fantastic script. It's about well, you don't want to hear about that. Chris was good. Little green, but you know, he was good. He held his own, I think.
Now, did you choose him for the role in that Checkered Flag film because of his experience in Shingletown? What was it that got you excited about working with Chris Stone?
No one else was available.
He wasn't your first choice.
Yeah.
He was my only choice.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, that's
Alan, you have any questions?
Well, yeah. What about Mayberry Man? Did you like Mayberry Man, the movie?
You know, I'm going to be honest with you. Not a fan. But you know what? It is the writing. And you know, that is true. I did pour my own reality into that part. And sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. But, you know, I got to say that some of the other characters in that scene, they left a little to be desired, Alan. I got to tell you.
Well, yeah. Well, it is the writing, you know, the writing and directing that will affect the movie, I guess.
It's the material.
Yeah.
It really
It
is
is the material.
Yeah.
So can you stick around for a while while we go through some more clips from the Mayberry Man series?
I'll stick around for one. How's that, guys? Because I do have another meeting I got to get into, but I'd like to see one.
Oh.
Maybe I can comment on it.
Oh, good.
Give you a little critique.
All right. Well, we're going to be showing a series of clips in a moment, but let me grab another clip because I really want to get your take on this scene where, there's a water issue in Mayberry, and so Alan and Warren are searching for answers.
Wait,
and
Kevin, can I interrupt?
Cort.
Cort.
Yeah, Cort.
Okay. Am I in that scene? Am I in that scene?
Yeah, you're not in that scene.
All right, I'll watch it anyway. Go ahead.
Right, let's
wow me.
Sure it works, but not for everybody. Some people have the juju, I guess.
Do you have the juju?
Well, I guess so. I did have. You hold like this, you start walking. And when the stick begins to bend, you hold it tightly so it won't roll in your hands. If you do have the juju, the pull will be so strong it'll pull the bark right off the stick. That's where the water is.
Do you think you could find that water?
It's possible.
Well, we don't have much money.
Oh, we don't need any money.
Oh, what do you need?
Not bad. The old gentleman has the chops. He really does.
Good.
And you do you use the spin wipe in your films a lot?
No, I don't. That's kind of an old convention that hasn't been used since probably the 60s. But I think I saw it on a Bewitched once too. But
well,
Bewitched, I thought you used it quite
look,
well.
guys, I got to go. I hate to interrupt, but it was great having me on the show. Good luck with your Mayberry thing, your Mayberry Man, right? Mayberry Man.
Right.
Good luck with that. I hope you just knock it out of the park.
Well,
thanks for joining us. Maybe the band can play him off. Maybe
Yeah. Well,
there you go.
Wow, Peter Denham.
Peter Denham.
He's not very.
I was surprised he agreed to come on the show.
I know, it's a big name like that. That's pretty amazing. Not very talkative fella though, is he? Yeah.
He kind of plays his cards close to his vest.
Yeah, that's probably it. Yeah, he's so busy. I'm sure that's it. Yeah.
Speaking of cards, this would be a perfect opportunity to plug the Mayberry Man series playing cards. Except
it would. We're sold out.
It's sold out.
I have some. These could be worth a lot of money.
maybe Weavers can talk your supplier into resupplying you.
That's a possibility. We're working with them right now to see if we can do that. I think.
You never know. Just go visit Weaver's department store, and they may come back into stock any day now.
Oh, that's good. That's good. We do have posters. We have a poster that's like the back of the card there. You can get of the Mayberry Man series. Yeah, we got those. Yeah,
we got t-shirts.
T-shirts. Yeah, and we got Mayberry Man stuff too. So go check it out.
All right. Well, so that was I'm just kind of speechless over Peter.
I know it's
actually. I didn't think he would show up.
I mean, a big name like that getting on here on our show, on your show, and it's wow. I mean, I know it's kind of make you a little nervous when you start, and bringing them in. Yeah, it's woo. I hope the audience enjoyed it as much as we did. Getting to see
I didn't really enjoy it much, actually.
It was kind of rough, wasn't it? It's it's the writing. It's what it is. I
think it is the writing. So one of the things we're going to do tonight, and I'm hoping to have another director join us momentarily, but we're going to talk about a character in the series. The character name, I believe, is Waldo. Didn't start out that way. So do you know who Waldo is, Alan?
I don't remember. No, I don't. Let me pull my script out.
Well, I don't think it's Waldo in the script. That's the whole thing. So we're going to watch.
I didn't just call him that. You know how that is. It could have happened.
So I'm gonna play a little clip from a scene, and then maybe this will refresh your memory, Alan, who Waldo is.
Okay.
All right, it's a short scene, a short clip.
No, I'm pulling out my script here. I'm trying to.
Oh. All right, so Waldo is kind of the name he adopted because he started showing up in all sorts of scenes. But in that particular scene, I've got some still frames. There's Waldo over there.
Oh, there he is. Yeah,
it's Ryan Thompson. He was a big supporter and helped out behind the scenes, but also was in front of the camera quite a bit. So he's actually in that little clip in like 15 seconds, four times.
He saw a giant fork too. There's a big fork.
Right. We didn't even get into that scene.
Yeah.
But he's there. But these are the scenes where he's not speaking or well, one of them is, but here's another one where you can kind of get a glimpse. A little harder to see him there. Now it's really hard to see him.
Is that just the top of his head right there?
That's the top of his head.
That's pretty good.
And there he is. A nice clean shot there. Of course, next to, I think it's, that's a good one. Is his name Wayne? I think his character name is Wayne. But so anyway, so we're going to go through various scenes that include Waldo. There he is. So it's kind of, so he got the name Waldo because it was like, where's Waldo?
Oh,
where is he now? So that was episode 1, right? This next scene, I think I got these out of order maybe, but maybe not. So next scene, we ended up calling the Chinatown scene. Do you know what the Chinatown scene is, Alan?
I don't think so. No.
Well, oddly enough,
it's got a Mayberry during this. I'm not. No,
no, it's got a Mayberry connection. So if you're familiar with the movie Chinatown, there's a scene, and they're at the city planning departments toward the beginning of the movie, and this guy, this like farmer comes in with all these goats or sheep or something. They come flooding into the council meeting or whatever it is, the city planning meeting where they're trying to get a dam approved. Well, the goat herder is played by Rance Howard.
Oh, wow.
But that's not why we call this the Chinatown scene.
Wow.
This Chinatown scene was because these people pour into the township.
Oh,
So,
okay. Yeah.
So, but here's Waldo, just a brief snippet of that scene with Waldo.
Can they do that?
Ellie, yeah, it's their water. Melville has a water supply, and we don't. And if we want to continue getting water, Mayberry's going to have to become Melville.
Why can't we just dig our own wells?
Well, that's very expensive.
Oh, yeah, Waldo was right there. I remember that.
He was up in it. So maybe we can get the director of that scene to show up. I don't know.
Oh, that'd be good. He can. There's
backstage.
stories he could tell in that scene.
Looks like he's redecorating his office in the backstage area. Let's bring on the director of Mayberry Man, Stark Howell.
Hello,
There
everybody.
he is. There he is, Stark. It's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a long time.
It's good to be back on. It's been a while.
So yeah, the Chinatown scene, that was Tom Milo, our AD, that called it that, right? Is that where that came from, Stark?
Yeah, Tom Milo called it that, and it just sort of stuck.
It became short.
Because when we were doing the prep on the show, on the series, we were going through every scene and breaking down the scene and scheduling it out. So every scene kind of had its own little reference name. And so when we said it, we knew what we were talking about. Because if I said scene number 48, we're like, what's 48 again? So every scene kind of had a little name to it, and that was the Chinatown scene.
Get their nicknames. All right, so let's go to the next Waldo sighting. I believe this is in episode 4.
Chris Stone! Greg!
And Craig.
From Mayberry Fest.
All right, anybody catch him?
You'd be a trained
noticer.
A trained noticer if you did.
I'm going to give people one more chance before we point it out. Unfortunately, I can't freeze frame in this program here, but we'll give you one more look at it, and then we'll tell you. And we'll just stop there.
Wow, was he the second guy, the guy on the far side that walked through? Is that
Yeah,
right?
with the hoodie on.
There's no
You
way.
are a trained noticer.
There's no way you'd notice that if you didn't. Wow.
No, you would not.
All right, so I feel like I'm missing one here, Stark, but you can refresh my memory. So in episode 5, there's a sequence here where he shows up a total of 4 times.
He's on both sides of the street in the parade. That is one thing. And then he's up in the gazebo, which is natural. It just with
No, this
everyone.
this doesn't even include that. There's 2 more scenes after this. So. You missed one of them. So let's take a look.
King, peace on earth and mercy mild, God and sinners reconciled. Joyful all ye nations rise, join the triumph of the skies, with angelic hosts proclaim.
I saw 3. I didn't see 4. There's 4.
Well, it was in the barbershop quartet.
I saw that.
Yeah.
And on both sides of the road behind the little kids, and then kind of down the road. I saw that.
The first one goes by super fast, the very first shot. Let's take a quick look at that.
That was just his shirt.
Yeah.
Okay, I saw it.
His beard, maybe.
Well, I thought about how many times you see him, but in a crowd scene like that, you see a lot of people a lot of times. So I didn't repeat it I just, it's the same. He's in the same spot. It's not like he moved. It's just a different camera angle.
Sure.
But that was a tough one to pick out when I went to go pull that.
I saw it, but I didn't want to include it because he was in that longer shot.
Yeah, that's good.
All right. So then the next one, same sort of series of shots. Let's take a look.
Oh, I've got your present underneath the tree already.
I'm telling you, that's not Santa. If you're Santa Claus, why are you so skinny?
Haven't you kids seen the size of chimneys these days?
So he's watching.
You know where else he is? I didn't mention. I think he's in the very first scene when Luke is outside the theater. I think he's leaning up against the brick wall there.
Oh, he could be.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then he was supposed to be in another scene that the camera angle didn't work, and that was when the famous fisherman came up. There was supposed to be a crowd of people gathering on the opposite side of the street. Mm-hmm. We're going to kind of cut away to them, but it kind of killed the momentum of the scene, so he got left on the cutting room floor there.
All right, last one.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you. Please be seated. Be seated. I really appreciate this. This is an honor for me to be part of this wonderful Mayberry Extravaganza.
I saw him. Yeah, I saw him. His head was right beside Ronnie's.
Let's watch it one more time, just for anybody who missed.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you. Please be seated. Be seated. I really appreciate this. This is an honor for me to be part of this wonderful Mayberry Extravaganza.
Was he even supposed to be in that scene, or he just like snuck in the back?
No, he was. I kind of looked for ways to kind of, if I needed the body, kind of borderlining on the creepy, the kind of the creepiness of it, but it never really played off that way. If he were in other scenes, just kind of loitering, it would have turned into the creepy kind of feeling. But I tried to get there, but I never could quite pull that off.
Oh, you know what I'm missing? I am missing one. I'm missing the cafe. I wonder if I just didn't upload it.
Well, yeah. Well, that one is just his body in blur, walking by the window back and forth.
So this will be fun. This will be fun once the series is out, where everybody can try to find them all. This will be fun.
Yeah, I thought about having a contest, but
that's pretty fun.
I do have some props that I could still give away. I've got the sunshade that says Mayberry on it that they give to Kate on her way out of town. Mm-hmm. I mean, I do have the green telephone in the township.
No, you got to keep that.
I keep seeing that on the Brady Bunch. They had a green phone, and all these old classic TV shows, they had the olive green telephones.
Yeah.
All right, here's one more with Waldo.
Have you lived in Mayberry your whole life?
Well, we moved to Mayberry when I was 3, so I guess you could say I've lived here my whole life. Have y'all decided?
Oh,
I haven't even looked.
Me either. Can you give us a few minutes?
Oh, that one. I do remember that one. That was not the blur walking past. The blur one I was talking about is when they're inside the coffee shop having a conversation, and you see the window in the background, and he's walking back and forth a couple of times.
Well, so Ryan is going to be the Tom Jacobs of Mayberry Man the series, because Tom Jacobs is on the Andy Griffith Show. The man, he's usually wearing a white hat. You see him all over the time. He's actually Danny Thomas's brother that was an extra on the Andy Griffith Show, and you see him all the time. And it's been one of those things that people have always tried to spot him. So Ryan is the Tom Jacobs.
Yeah, he just came. He did not get involved in the movie, but he came to the screening at the Royal in Indiana, and he just wanted to know some information about it. And at the table, basically, he became a backer. So he got in on something. Maybe it was the fundraiser or something we had at the governor's mansion. Mm-hmm. But he just kind of rolled right into the next part and flew out to California. Some of those scenes were in California. So he just became a staple of the production. And he was good. He was helpful too. He was a production assistant.
Oh,
He did all kinds of things. Really nice kid.
Yeah, really nice guy.
All right. So, so one of the other things I want to talk about, I have a few more clips, but these are from our YouTube channel. And I don't know if you noticed, Alan Stark, we've been posting some shorts, YouTube shorts lately. And some of them have been really kind of getting a lot of views. Like
I saw you use some of the, I think last week when we went over some of the headlines that were generated, I saw some of the headlines pop up as the name of video clips you were posting as well.
Yeah. So basically you can do what's called a remix. So it's when I have a few minutes, downtime, I'll go try to grab a moment from one of our live streams and then repost it as a short. So, but a couple of them have done really well, like 10,000 views. So, and then when that happens, what people then subscribe to the channel, and so then now they're getting our updates and just again different ways to spread the word about Mayberry. But I wanted to share like the ones that, and you never know with the short what's going to really take off. But the one I did today has surpassed 10,000 views.
Today? Wow.
Today.
Wow.
So let's.
And I haven't even watched it yet.
These are short, so don't blink. Let's take a look.
Chris Stone, hey. What are you doing back here in Mayberry? You didn't get caught speeding again, did you?
No, I'm actually just looking for...
Have you met my cousin Gary? He just moved here from Raleigh. Gary.
Wow, even with the bad framing in the middle of it.
That one's gotten that many? Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. What did you name it? What did you name it? Click here for $10,000 or something? What did you...
Yeah.
That's great.
But that's the challenge with the shorts, because here we are trying to promote a movie which is shot in widescreen, right. And then when you go into the shorts, it's hit.
But
and
I've
miss.
seen them do that where they edit. They'll just make a cut and just move the frame over.
I did do that back when we released the movie.
Well, it obviously doesn't matter if you do it or don't do it. If you get 10,000 on that,
that's right.
Definitely time consuming.
As a director, I had some issues with it, but I'm sure Chris Stone would have some issues with it too when he's talking off camera.
Right. So here's another one that's close to 10,000 views in just a couple of days.
Sorry, mister.
Whatever, Jethro. Move it.
Has people ever heard of a grocery store? Unbelievable.
That's so silly.
It's just random, right?
Do people just have nothing else to do with their lives?
They just scroll through them.
10,000 people don't, apparently.
I hope not. And then the other one that's got 10,000 views or close to it is one that we released a year and a half ago or whatever. It's a longer one that was actually prepared to be a short. So we'll take a look at that for comparison.
It's nice out here. Got a parade going on, got floats, got people, got a loaded goat. Got to be real careful walking behind that loaded goat. Kind of unloaded a little bit earlier.
My name's Rick Roberts. I get to play the Barney Fife tribute artist. So I come into the scene and try to get the main character to be more Mayberry-like. And my sidekick is a lot of times Floyd, Allan Newsome.
Hey, look, a stranger in town.
No, we've already met.
No, we haven't. I never forget a face.
Yeah, I already told you. My name is...
No, don't tell me. Don't tell me. Let me see if I can... give me the first letter.
C.
Cal.
No.
Clay.
No.
Cliff.
No. No, it's Chris.
Chris! See, I told you I never forget a face.
Amazing.
So that one was obviously edited. Could have used one more a cutaway of Floyd in the middle. I could go back and read that.
It's better if I'm on there less. It looks better that way.
I kind of miss the tempo of the film as opposed to the tempo of the series. I might be a movie guy instead of a series guy because I saw some of it recently. I don't know where, on my phone or something. I was checking probably our YouTube channel, Encourage TV, because we have, I think, 1,033,000. And I just started watching it, and I really started to enjoy it because I hadn't seen it in so long. And it does have a different feel than the TV show. And I miss that. So not that we're going to go back to doing a movie next, but as a matter of fact, Alan knows this because you read it. And I think, Cort, you read it. You're probably the only two that I did write episode 7. And this is, I think, a very funny episode where Alan takes a fall, bumps his head, he's knocked out, and when he comes to, he actually thinks he's Floyd, the barber. And Barney, or Rick, or what's his name? Warren and Kate, they don't really know what to do about it, so they take him to the doctor, and it's very sitcom-y feel.
Yeah, it was, and it kind of is a cliffhanger. It was a cliffhanger.
It is we don't know how it ends because the trouble gets worse as Alan continues to think he's Floyd, and they're trying to not get him upset because the doctor said if he gets upset, the condition may be permanent. So they're trying to solve the problem of what do we do? We have to humor him until he comes out of it naturally. But, Alan's got a job and he's got things he has to do. And of course he thinks he has a barbershop. So in that episode, they have to take him to a barbershop and try to explain to him that they've added chairs to his barbershop since the last time he was there. And of course he wants to believe he has 3 or 4 chairs. So he kind of goes with it. But the problem is somebody comes in for a haircut and, it doesn't go well. So anyway, it's actually a 2-parter. That story is a 2-parter. So that would be episode 7, 6, and 7.
Yeah. So we got to hope somebody picks this thing up and it'll play for the next season.
You never know,
because I want to know what happens.
It will be a while until we know there's any interest in doing more.
I know. Just fingers crossed. We got to get everybody's got to make sure they tell all their friends to watch this thing.
Yeah, it's really just about viewership. If we can kill it on Amazon or on even our Encourage TV, we'll go on Huckabee hopefully again, and just kind of get the word out, and it'll snowball. And you never know. Sometimes things happen that way. You don't even, like 10,000 views on that one thing. You don't know.
That's right.
Right now, we don't have that clout, but we're hoping that someday all of the planets will align and it'll take off. Then all of a sudden, wait, I didn't know nothing about this. When did it come out? 3 years ago. And all of a sudden it's an overnight hit. So
exactly.
Well, that's a good segue into, so when is the series coming out? We still don't know. No, but we did get a date today from, we're not going to reveal the streamer yet. I want to see a concrete date before I tell people go here and look for it. But it looks like we've been talking about May, but now it looks like, I think it's May 30th, the end of May. That's a Thursday when it will come out on a particular streamer, possibly 2 at the same time. And so, we were thinking it was going to be the beginning of May, but now the date, I'm glad we didn't announce that because just today they told us that the plan is for May 30th, which is a Thursday, to release the first episode. But you don't have to wait till the end of May because we're doing our pre-release online screening Wednesday, April 24th. So instead of our normal live, we'll actually be doing a screening of the full series. This is for our donors, our backers. Most people that watch this, I'm sure, are backers from our Indiegogo campaign for the series. It's also not too late to become a donor if you're not currently. We still have a little bit of fundraising we're doing to help with the marketing expenses so we can tell people about this. But we'll be doing a 7 o'clock virtual meet and greet, so like a Zoom style meet and greet with cast members and the director, Peter Denham might be there. And then 8 p.m. screening. And then for our, I'll segue into our shameless cash grab. By the way, last week we went over headlines. Just to be clear, those were all just tongue-in-cheek, written by artificial intelligence for fun. So we didn't get bad press. Don't worry about it if that's the impression you got. But this is going to be our shameless cash grab. We're doing a little bit of a fundraiser. This is so when a film or television series comes out, there's a big marketing campaign, and typically it's millions of dollars. Well, we're not spending millions of dollars, but we could certainly use some help. And so we've come up with a few ways for people to get involved and just chip in a little bit. We have this collector pack that includes an autographed copy of the series shooting script. You also get to do the meet and greet and a deck of cards. Weavers is sold out, but we've got a stash that we're going to have available for this, and a poster. And then also the virtual meet and greet before the pre-release online screening, or if you just want to chip in $25 because you feel sorry for us, we'll take that too. And that'll also get you invited to this pre-release screening. And then there's some sponsorship opportunities if you have a business or you just feel like you want to help get the word out to more people. And we're still looking for a title sponsor for the screening event so we can make a bigger deal out of your business and so forth. So, people have been very generous, and so we're always appreciative of that. But if you're in a position, you want to chip in a little extra, we can use it because we spend money to get word out, and we're kind of on our own with this release. So if we don't tell people, no one's going to know about it.
Right.
I haven't seen the scrolling banner this segment or this.
Oh, we can do that.
Yeah. Well, you didn't, Stark, you missed out. We had Peter Denham was here earlier. You missed
Wow, I missed Peter?
Yeah, you missed him earlier.
I hear he has kind of an attitude.
Well, that's what it was a little bit, but
directors,
they're a little busy. Yeah, I'm sure he's busy.
They're eccentric. Directors are eccentric. So you're going to be Stark Howell, creator of Mayberry Man the series. You'll be at that VIP virtual meet and greet, yeah?
I'll be there the whole time.
All right.
You can ask any behind-the-scenes questions you would like.
Yeah. And maybe we can get Waldo to show up.
Yeah, we should have him. I was thinking he should probably have been a guest tonight.
Yeah. Well, there'll be an opportunity. We have many more lives to do. So
yeah, I was thinking we got to get Greg Shell on. Maybe get Greg and Chris at the same time. Might be fun.
We need to hire a booker, for this show. Book the talent. It's a lot to do to run these productions. All right. Well,
I was going to say that Cort and I were talking about what we could do today, and we have some other stuff we didn't get to, which is like props. There's a lot of, I shouldn't say a lot, but there's definitely thought that goes into the background props, and because they have to be created for the most part. And when you have to create them, you have to decide on what they are or figure out where to find them. And there's a lot of props in the background that I think people might find interesting. We'll go over that in a prior episode, but like one, for instance, is a framed letter from the First Lady of Indiana, the governor's wife. After we did the movie, she gave us a letter thanking us for, I needed something sort of official in the township. So I put that on the wall. So there's a lot of things as I looked at it and went, oh, that's, there's my family photos are on the wall of Chris Stone's house because they're way in the background, but so you can't tell who they are, but we couldn't redress every picture on the wall. And so there's some pictures of my kids on the wall. I don't know where, maybe there's Chris Stone's nephews or something, but so there's lots of things like that. Once you start looking at each scene and you realize, oh yeah, I had to create that. I had to make one of these.
Your baseball team when you were a kid was
my little league team.
Of the township. Yeah, it was
1972 Toluca Lake. Athletics, I think we were.
There's a lot of really cool things like that. But being on set, I was going around looking at everything because there were a lot of really cool things in there.
And the Mayberry license thing is an exact replica of
the one
Howard's.
Yeah,
just a replica.
It's just a replica.
It's just a replica. Yeah.
I miss a lot of that stuff. That's kind of why in episode 6 I made Floyd for at least most of 2 episodes, because that stuff's the fun, is really where the fun stuff is. And beyond that, I am, when we started talking about doing more episodes, we'd have to lower our budget even more than we did, which means we really have to shoot in one location. Probably can't travel. So that kind of excluded the courthouse, the gas station, and I'm still not ready to give that up. I'm thinking, I don't know how we do the series and not have Wally's and not have the courthouse, because especially if they're trying to convince Floyd that he's really Floyd, they have to be in the courthouse pretending to be Barney, and Otis comes in, and we really kind of have to create sort of an Andy Griffith Show atmosphere, and I don't know how we do that in Danville. So.
Well, if we do it on another week other than Mayberry days, it becomes a lot more affordable.
That's probably
and logistically possible. But so yeah, I have some props in my garage that I would love to find a home for. So maybe in Scottsburg, I'll do a little plug for Mayberry Comes to Scottsburg in June. I know last year we did a little raffle before the screening. And people walked away with a few props from the movie. So maybe we'll do something like that in Scottsburg.
That's terrible.
Oh, yeah.
It's terrible that people walk away with things that are just left around. I don't get it.
Yeah, we learned last week that Alan will just walk away with props from the shoot, from the set.
If we need this back.
Just like in real Hollywood. I still have on my desk all of these right here. And what these was at the very end of the movie, we had 8x10s by Chris Stone, and I needed to make it look like he had a bunch of 8x10s. And then also his dad needed some 8x10s. So this was and I still haven't put them away, but if you want some of these, we got all kinds of good stuff.
So were those like the ones that Dad actually had in storage?
Yeah, he had all these just different ones.
So he was prepared to sign autographs for the next 100 years.
And then, of course, that Here Come the Brides was a show that he did series in '68 of that.
Mark Leonard was on there.
Yeah, I just needed a bunch of 8x10 stacks, so and I still haven't put those away.
All right.
Sure, I have Barney's hat. We have got to keep Barney's male uniform and his hat in case we need it again. But
right. And the phone. We need
phone. Can't get rid of that phone for sure. Then we do have Peter Denham's beret and scarf. So
wow, how did you get that?
He came by. He came by about 10 minutes ago. He left him. He was just. He was kicking back watching the show with me.
Oh, so he was at your house, because some of the people in the chat had noticed that the name actually said Peter, but now it says Stark. So yeah, okay.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of forgot to change the name. But this is my first rodeo.
I wouldn't have remembered that either.
Well, hey, if you just like that clip, hit the like button. There's going to be plenty more.
If you want more videos about The Andy Griffith Show, be sure to hit subscribe and click that little bell icon so you're notified whenever we post a new video. Thanks for watching.
Shazam! Come on, baby.